Happy Monday, everybody. Welcome. It is Monday, February 27th, 2023. And it is week 3 of our More Chocolate Bunnies sale. I was trying to get to the live too fast. I meant to do is anyone current is one of the options. So you can just click no if you're not done. I've seen a lot of you finished in the Facebook group. That's so exciting. And a lot of FFOs, which if you're not familiar, because I've gotten that question a couple times recently, means fully finished object or finally finished object, meaning you completely finished and finished it into something. Hello, everybody. First up, I do want to say for anyone affected with the severe weather today, I'm thinking about you. I'm praying for you. Crazy. I haven't seen a ton of it, but I did catch a little bit of that in the news and stuff. So just wanted to say that. It was nice here today, believe it or not. It was super, super windy. We had a wind advisory late. It started yesterday evening and then went to about noon today. And then it was beautiful. Like I didn't mind going outside with the puppy all the time. Hello. So good to see everybody here. Kitten and Stitches, I'm already done with part 3. I will be honest. I had to just make myself move on to something else or I could have been completely finished with it too. It was very fun to stitch. I had a kind of a rough week last week. Just had a lot going on. And I did not get as much stitching as I would like to get done, like on other things. But I redeemed myself this weekend. I'm going to show you guys a sneak peek. I did not do a Flosstube. I have it all ready to go. Like I had my outline already and I just couldn't get myself to film it. So I was going to try today. It did not happen. I may try to film one, just like a little quick one, and then do my regular one this week. Oh my gosh, Tiffany. We live in an area that gets tornadoes too, and it's not fun. Tina, question, can we get our puppy Frank fix and see him? Yes, come here, buddy. He's actually being really good. Look right here. Say hi to all the people with your crazy hair. He's been running around being wild. So Tina, here is your puppy fix. He is my sweetheart, aren't you? Are you my sweetheart? He likes to get under furniture, which is funny. He hides and actually Odin and he play chase and bark at each other, but he can fit underneath things and Odin can't. So he slides underneath and kind of nana boo boo kind of thing, and Odin gets mad. Oh, you're yawning? Don't chew on my hair. Okay, you go play. So there's the puppy fix for the day. He's a cutie. All right. So this week we are stitching more text and maybe into the carrots. This week's probably the lightest stitching week. So definitely, and obviously you guys know my rule is there are no rules. Stitch whatever you feel like doing. I know some started at the bottom, worked their way up. Some started in the middle. There's no rules. Stitch whatever you want. Hello, everyone. Oh, it's so good to see everybody here tonight. Let's see. Dana says, I got a late start, but I'm going to get it finished and make a pillow out of it. That's awesome. Yes. Oh, that'll be so fun. He is cute. And we've got him where he's sleeping in his kennel. He does get me up once in a while because he needs to use the restroom. He's a puppy, but he's been so good. I did get a new crate. I think I've maybe mentioned that a couple places, but that did help. And I do feed him in his crate as suggested. And that was a game changer. So thank you for whoever suggested that. I wish I would have gone back and looked. Such a good suggestion. Odin and Frank are Shih Tzus. They're my little Shih Tzu babies. Yes, and it's messy baby hair. You know that fluffy puppy baby hair, and it's just like, okay. Let me see. So, as I mentioned, Not a lot of stitching for me last week necessarily. I got all my stitching for More Chocolate Bunnies done. I worked ahead just a little bit. Mostly that is, don't feel like you have to. If you've got lots of whips going, do whatever you like. I only worked ahead so that I would have little bits to do for the next 2 weeks during our Stitch With Me's. But that way, as soon as next week's Stitch With Me is done, I can FFO it and film that video tutorial for you guys. I do want to talk to you. The finishing board from Chantal, I did talk to her this morning. She's a little bit overwhelmed with all of, because market's going on. Nashville Market is coming up this coming weekend or weekend. And so she was a little late getting out the board to me. She sent me a picture today. It did go out. I think it's being overnighted. So I will have that information and I will put it up just as soon as I can. I will put it up everywhere for you guys, but I did want to let you know. Okay, question. Do you have, oh yeah, Christy just asked that. I don't have it yet. So we're going to have to give everybody who is participating in market a little grace. I know it's crazy this time of the year, so it will be coming soon. Lisa, I'm caught up on our Sal, but jumped over to hop on in and I'm almost finished there. Oh, that's awesome because that's what I want to start on. I'm hoping to maybe start even tonight. Let's see, Janice, did you and Chantal finish the fit? No, I think it looks fine. She sent me a photo of it and I think it looks great. It's just size. So I'm going to lay my piece on it when it gets here and just make sure that it's going to be great. And if it's a go, then we're all set. If not, and we have to kick it back, I don't think we're going to have to, but yeah, we just have to give a little grace. So thank you guys for your patience with that. She told me today, she's like, I'm so sorry. And I'm like, no, it's fine. I know things are crazy. Okay. Let's see. Kim's moving on to hop on in. It's so cute. So if you remember, and if you're part of the Facebook group, I put the poll and I had picked More Chocolate Bunnies and then I had picked Cherry Hill Stitchery Hope. Both kind of similar with the spring or Easter type of feel. Both had bunnies and I let the poll decide. But once the poll was decided, and of course More Chocolate Bunnies won since that's what we're stitching, I said that I would stitch the Hope chart and I will finish it and do a video tutorial for it as well for all of those who really wanted to do that one. And I have a surprise for you guys and you guys get to see it first. I actually stitched the whole thing. So I'm going to flip the camera around and show you guys. So here is my More Chocolate Bunnies, of course. And the Cherry Hill Stitchery chart. This is what it looks like. Super cute. I stitched mine on 37 count. Sorry, I didn't iron it because I just finished it. 37 count Russian Tea Cake by Legacy. So it is tiny, but it's so tiny and cute. I absolutely love it. So for anyone who is stitching that or wanted to stitch that, it is a quick stitch. Would look cute on whatever fabric you want to stitch it on. It's stitched in all DMC except for this dark gray, which was an overdyed, but you could just do a DMC if you wanted to. Let's see, Sandy, I did just purchase Hope and we'll start when I'm finished with this one. Yes, it's a great one. And I think it's a great one that stitches up quick. This is going to be finished into a pillow. I'm going to, let me look here real quick. Go ahead and start stitching, everyone, if you want. I was just going to share this since I bought two colors because I wasn't sure which color we'd like best. I am going to share in the video tutorial how I like to add, I'm sorry, this is going to be crinkly. Let me get this out. Of course, it's not coming out easily. I'm going to add the poly pellets and polyester fiber fill so that it's a little bit weighted pillow. And I'm also going to share how I sew on the fabric. So we're going to stitch or sew on a little rickrack. Well, could there be more plastic on here? I don't know if there could. I almost think I like this one better. We'll see. But anyway, I'm going to do a little sewing on the rickrack. We're going to turn it into a little pillow. And so that tutorial will be coming as well. I'm planning on finishing this, filming the video probably Wednesday. And then it will go up. I don't know. It may go up right before this tutorial goes up, but we shall see. Yes. Yes, I am feeling great. Thank you. Who is the designer? Cherry Hill Stitchery. And I do have a link. You have to scroll down just a little bit in the description, but there is a link to this chart in the description underneath the video here. At least there was supposed to be. What do you want to bet I forgot to hit save? Oh, you guys, I'm so smart. Let me just see. It may not let me. I'll add it when we're done. I was doing really good and I took the puppy outside and I think I forgot. Anyway, I'll make sure that this is in the description as soon as we're finished. But Cherry Hill Stitchery. So there's your little sneak peek for the evening. Let's start stitching our More Chocolate Bunnies. So as I mentioned, this week we're working on the words Chocolate Bunnies. I have seen so many of you guys change the color of this and it looks amazing, especially if you have a lighter fabric. It looks so, so good if you changed up your colors. That is the large rickrack, Deb. There are a lot of cute bunny charts. So I will tell you guys too, before I start stitching, I'm going to film a quick floss tube tomorrow. I'm going to try to get it up tomorrow. I don't know if it'll be up tomorrow or Wednesday. I know it's completely random and off our normal day, but I've gathered up a few free charts. So I'm excited to share those with you. So look for that coming soon. Who made the rickrack? It is Lori Holt and it's the large size. The colors that I'm considering, this is going to be, the darker color is coral and the lighter color is frosting. And I can link those two in the description when we're finished. I like the big, it just depends on what I'm using it for. But to sew on, I find that the large is a little more manageable. So I will show you guys that in the video. Let's see. All right. So I worked on, as I mentioned, quite a bit of this so that I'm hoping to just finish this maybe even during our video tonight. I also went ahead and moved down here and did all of my brown color for the ground. Let's hope that I got my spacing correct. Oh well. If I have to pull it out, I have to pull it out. Liza, what did I miss? I shared a sneak peek. I can share it again. I haven't started anything. I finished stitching Hope, which was the other option for this Sal, but More Chocolate Bunnies won. This one got a lot of votes, but obviously I put it in the poll because I wanted to stitch it. So I stitched it up over the weekend and I wanted to share that. And I even didn't iron it. So nice. But I'm going to be doing a little finishing tutorial for that one. All right. Lynn, I do too. The white letters do look really good kind of after you get more stitched. And it very, very much depends on your fabric. For the lighter fabric, I have loved seeing, like, especially the orange letters. I think they really show up beautifully on a lighter fabric. Let's see. Did I miss any questions so far? If so, holler at me. Let's see where we are on our poll too. Let's see. 8% have finished, 6% have just started, and 6% are frogging all the things. So I do want to tell you guys, I had to frog after our live, every live. So let's hope I break that trend tonight. I had to frog my letter. I was so irritated. So irritated. Oh, I got to turn off my overhead light. Because it causes a terrible glare. There we go. Yes, Melody said someone stitched this on blue fabric and it's really cute. I absolutely love the blue fabric example. I think it's really good. I agree. It just looks super springy and it's fun seeing it on different types of fabric. The bunnies are killing me, Trisha said. I had to frog out this. You know what? I had a hard time with the bunnies too. If you have one of your bunnies done, maybe work your way down a little bit so you can work on something else and then come back and finish. Just to give yourself a little timeout break. Nothing wrong with that. The unstitcher is fantastic. Cathy stitched on blue. Thank you, Cathy. Yes, it's so beautiful. The Lori Holt unstitcher is great. I've used it a lot. Unfortunately, I think that's just part of stitching is unstitching. Darn it. At least it is for me. I can't speak for everyone else. And clearly I'm not that great at talking and stitching at the same time. Counting is hard. So hard. Let's see. Diane says, I'm at Bunny 4 of 6. Frog number 2. Oh, great. Well, everyone's going to get to hear Frank trying to get Odin to play with him. Let's hope Odin doesn't reciprocate because his bark is loud. And he's not much of a barker, but he will bark and play with him, which is cute. Liza said, I worked the bunnies from the center left and then did greenery, then did the right side bunnies. That's a great suggestion. Thank you. That's a great one. I did one bunny, Jennifer said, and then moved down and did the whole line of orange under them. It really helped me with placement. Oh, Jennifer, that's a great suggestion. Oh, hey. No. Hey. Okay, guys, I'm going to mute it real quick. I'll be right back. So sorry, my kids were being bad. I locked them out. For kids. His little bark is adorable. Thank you, Barbara. Sal means stitch along. And frogging is what we say. It's what stitchers say when they have to rip something out, when they have to unpick something, because you're rip it, rip it, rip it. And so it sounds like ribbit. It's kind of funny. Flosstube is just a video that people do to talk about their stitching. Kind of like a vlog. A video vlog about stitching. Carrie's little bark's so cute. His little bark is cute. It's just Odin with his older dog bark that is not so cute. It's so loud. Shimon says, I need to choose another color of floss for my lettering. My fabric is too light for the called for, which is totally fine. Definitely look at all of the beautiful work that's been posted in the Facebook group. There are a lot of suggestions. I think my favorites are the orange or the blue. I think those are really pretty. Puppy drama. It's ridiculous. They're just playing. Christy said, I had to close the basement door because my kid was playing his game loud. Yeah. Oh, I do that too. Makes more sense now. Good. Okay, goods. Kennedy did blue letters instead. That's awesome. Definitely do whatever you like. I always want to encourage you guys to please stitch on the fabric you like. Definitely try things, but stitch on what you like. Stitch the fabric you like. Stitch with the floss you like. Change colors. Don't be afraid to change colors. Kim says, I have 2 kittens and they are so dang cute all day. My oldest son has 2 cats and he always is calling to tell me the cute things they're doing. It's kind of cute. I love when he does that. Do you have a spot on your camera lens, or is your magnifying glass, or is it just me? Is it this? That is an even closer up magnifier. It comes on here. I don't ever look through it. At first I found it distracting, but I don't ever look at it now. Let's see. Carol did blue letters instead. Lynn says she's done half the bunnies with white eyes, but hasn't done the other because she's thinking about changing to pink. Sandy tried 4 different colors of shadow on the letters and went with her first choice. Don't be afraid to try either. You know, the great thing is you can pull the floss out. Yes, you waste a little bit of time, but I have done that too. I've done something and I'm like, no, I don't think I like that. So I will rip it out and do something else. That's a great suggestion. Donna said, misplaced my cord for the light. My puppy thought that was something he should chew on. I informed him it was for sure not. We do not want to ruin that. Oh, looks like a piece of debris on the lens. Oh, maybe it's that. Maybe. My light is always dirty, I swear. It's always got dust on it. Oh, good. They're going to bark. At least the door's shut, so it's not quite as loud. It might be better now. The white square in the center top. Oh, if it's the white square just on the screen, nothing I can do about that. So sorry. It has to do with how my overhead camera connects to my streaming software. Oh, nice. Carol said that she changed the block around the letters and did the letters instead of the block. I love that. Make the stitch your own, however you want to. Jennifer left the shadow off and just did it all in the same color. That's a great idea too. I like how they scratch at the door like they think that I want them in here while they're barking and running around. For sure don't. Cassie switched to pink. Oh yes, Cassie did. She put pink seed beads for the bunny noses and used white petite beads for the feet, and she's going to use petite dark orange beads for the darker stitches on the carrots. That is super fun. I love that. They're so cute barking. Love to hear them. Well, thank you. You know, I thought it was bad enough when Odin would just squeak his toy, but now this is the time of night, unfortunately, that they've decided is the let's run around and do zoomies and be crazy. Oh, well. They're cute and they're fun, so. And I really do love that Odin has accepted him, because Odin was he really thinks he's my baby. Goodness sakes, they're just going to keep on barking. Oh no, Lynn, I'm so sorry. That's funny. I was watching a video the other day and there were dogs barking and both of them barked. And I thought that was so funny. You're welcome, Cassie. Let's see. I'm loving watching you. Fat Quarter Shop did a great video and I'm learning. Awesome. I love that. I think I need to do another poll tonight. I'd love to know how many new stitchers we have. I might close out this poll real quick and do another one. I had lots of ideas for polls tonight. Sometimes I don't have any. How many family nights are you doing? I'm not sure what you mean, Sandy. Did I miss something? They are living their best life. Carol wants to know how Cassie stitched on her seed beads. Sorry. The barking is going to get on my nerves. It's distracting. Oh, good, Kimberly. I love that. Okay, I am actually going to, let's end that poll. And we'll do a couple of different things. Okay. There we go. Oh, with your kids and the new puppy. We have actually been doing quite a lot. We've been doing a lot of Friday night get-togethers. This week will be the third in a row. This one, though, we're celebrating my oldest son. It's his birthday on Saturday, but he wanted to do his birthday dinner Friday night. So we'll all get together. And actually, if everyone can just kind of have some good thoughts or prayers for my daughter's little puppy, which some of you saw. He's not feeling very good, and she's having a hard time. His first appointment with the vet was scheduled for tomorrow. Tried to get him in. I don't know what happened. I ended up calling. Mom called. Mom kind of got mad. I didn't get mad. I was nice. I called their other office, which is the office I go to, and they can see him earlier tomorrow. I think he's okay. But he's tiny, so, you know, and he's kind of had some vomiting. We just don't want him to get dehydrated. So, anywho, I'm sure he'll be fine. Let's see. Tiffany said, I taught my 22-year-old daughter to stitch around Christmas time. She has since taught her best friend. Oh my gosh. Well, can anyone help me get my 22-year-old daughter to stitch? She has zero interest. I keep hoping. I try not to press upon her, though, anything either. I figure she knows I do it. She sees it. She likes it. If she wants to know, she'll ask. So, I didn't really stitch a lot when she was growing up. I stitched when my oldest was a baby, and I think about the time I'd had her, I quit stitching. So, dang it. Okay. If the barking has stopped, you guys can come back in. they're funny. But yeah, we get together about once a week or so. Oh, and the puppies this last Friday got together and they were romping and it was hilarious. Oh, thank you, Sandy. Oh, nice. RC Stitches says my son's birthday is Friday too. Mine's is actually Saturday. He just wants to do his party on Friday. I love seeing how everybody is stitching, like if they're just back. Yes, Lisa, I had a big break too, but a couple of my friends and I were talking and I was like, I'm all in. Oh my gosh, are you kidding me? Doesn't he sound ferocious? Frank. Hey, Frank, quit. Okay, you guys are going to get kicked out again. We may have to have Ethan come get you. Okay, I'm so sorry, everyone. Sorry. Such is the life of a puppy. Oh, I completely forgot 2 stitches over there. Oh, well. We think it's kind of funny, but Frank gets wound up in the evenings. Oh my gosh, can I not get my needle? His little bark is fun. It's, yeah. Oh, he's just going to keep doing it too. He doesn't want to play with you anymore. Quit. Odin's looking at me like, Mom, please make him stop. Okay. Sorry. I got a little tangle. I don't think she's really interested in any of the stitching, Shimon. I wish she would be, but she's really not. She's really not into any of the crafts I like. But Mom, watch us playing pet. You couldn't be more correct. Usually I do. Usually I laugh and I, play with them. He really likes when I get down on the ground and let him crawl all over me, and it's funny. Let's see, did anyone consider not stitching the soil line in the carrots? It looks kind of cute without it. That would be fun. I would love to see that. Puppy bark is too cute. It kind of is. He cracks me up. It was really, I wish I could have got it on video. But I had a ring of floss on the ottoman in the living room, and he reached up, grabbed it, and took off running with it. And it was funny. That was right before I went live. I had to chase him down and grab it back. Can't even really be mad because I left it right there. That was dumb. Question, does your daughter's puppy still have his Instagram channel going? Yes, I think so. Oh gosh, I'm not even close. What is going on? I think they do. I haven't checked in a few days. I'll have to ask. I'll have to ask her fiance because I think he does most of it. I'll ask him when I'm done here. I've been checking in every couple hours, making sure she's doing all right because she's so worried about her puppy. It's mostly making sure she's doing all right. She did text me and she goes, I think I'm overreacting a little. And I said, probably a little, but it's okay. It's better to get in and find out what's going on. He probably just ate something on their walk that he wasn't supposed to. New to the hobby and not actually doing the sal, but love sitting here stitching. Oh, I love that, Erin. Absolutely. Barbara, he does. It's starting to go away. The puppy breath is starting to go away, but he does still have a little puppy breath, which is super cute. Oh, I love that, Brenda. I actually wish my niece lived closer. They did live close, and then they moved for my brother's work. She loves crafting, and she did some felt ornaments with me, and she's done some other little things when she's been over here. She would be one that I think would really like to like learn some crafts and stuff. It's okay. It's not for everyone. And she may want to one day. Goodness knows I'll have enough stuff, won't I? Let's see. Kitten and stitches, that's funny. Oh, that's awesome, Jeannie. Yes, she is a good dog mom, for sure. I told her it's always better to just get it checked out, even if it's just for her peace of mind. Oh, Kim, for sure. For sure. I can't stop thinking about that now. What Sable stands for. I can't even think of what it is exactly, but the stitching outlasts life expectancy of some sort. I think it's hilarious. So let's see. Yes, Julie said, I stitched for many years and like you, stopped to raise kids, got back into it about 1.5 years ago. Not ever going to be a great stitcher, but really enjoy it. I do too. I find it so relaxing, and I really, really love, I know, so a lot of you probably, not all, but I think probably quite a few of you are paper crafters, or at least found me through that. And what I think I love the most is that with stitching, it takes me out of my craft room and back out into the family room with my family. We can watch TV and I can stitch, or we can watch a movie and I can stitch, or whatever. I just feel like I'm more in tune with the family, and I'm not away in my craft room in the evenings. Gosh, I'm having issues tonight. I'm not tucked away in my craft room all evening. Shopping at Mom's house for sure. Oh, they always shop here. Yes, stash above life, right? Stash above life expectancy? Stashed, yes, stashed. Stashed, accumulated beyond life expectancy. Thank you, Sandy. It makes me laugh. I really want to like stitch something that says that to put here in my room because I think it would be hilarious. Thank you, guys. Everybody's got it now. Yep, Teresa's a card maker too. For sure, Steph. I just feel a lot more in tune with my family. Ethan comes up, and I mean, he's a teenager, so he is often, doing his own thing, but he'll come up and sit with me, and I can stitch and we can talk about all kinds of things. I don't know. I've really, really been enjoying that aspect of it for the last couple years. It's been nice. I'm not very good at sitting still and just watching TV. It's something I'm not good at. And so it's nice to be able to be doing something with my hands, but also be involved in the conversation or whatever we're doing. Oh, Kennedy said, saw your stitched carrot and have to get the hoop dies. How fun is that? It couldn't be more perfect for anyone who likes to stitch and likes to make cards. I've actually got some plans to do a couple of little gifty things for some friends with those. I love it. Deb, oh, and I want to say, whoever told me to watch the Sable Stitchers last week, I did. I've watched several videos now, so thank you for that suggestion. I love them. Oh my gosh, Liza, there is a market chart that says buying cross stitch like I'm immortal or close to it. I need to know who makes that. That's hilarious. Yeah, Sandy, I can't either. I'm not much of a TV watcher at all. I do like watching things, but I have to be doing something. And I go in phases. Sometimes I like to watch TV and stitch. Sometimes I like to listen to audiobooks. Really do love to read, so audiobooks are great because I can, be doing something while the book is going. Lisa said, I am back after several years away. It's nice to get out of my craft room, but also love the portability of stitching. I do too. Oh, my friend Lori and I were talking about that, how you can just take like a bag with a project in it where you're going, and it's not toting tons and tons of stuff. That's a great point. Oh, that's awesome. Kennedy has all the Spellbinder stitching dies, and she takes them with her and stitches when they're traveling. I like that. I have not done tons of stitching on cards. I like the look of it. I just don't do a ton. Jenny says, I used to crochet while watching TV, but my 2-year-old would not allow that right now. No. Sometimes your puppy won't allow that. His new thing is when I'm stitching, he tries to crawl in my lap, or he grabs the corner of my fabric and starts pulling. And I was like, no. Apparently he wanted me to pay attention to him. Yeah, with little ones, it's so hard. And my kids are older, which does make a big difference. I know I get asked a lot how I have time. And I quit stitching for a very long time. I wish I hadn't, but, I was doing other things. That's fine. Brenda says, I love projects on the linen or smaller count fabric, but when I ordered the fabric, the squares are so tiny. Do you use one strand or more? So on 36 and above, I only use one strand. You will be so much happier. Give it a try if you're using that. And if it's a very, very tight 32, you might even try one strand there as well. I usually use 2 for 32 or 28, but 36 or 40, I use one strand. And I love it. I really, really love it. Let's see. Oh, how fun. I love that, Donna. Woo! Kathleen finished off the word chocolate. That is awesome. Oh, I really thought I'd get further, but not so much. Oh, Mary has 2 puppies in her lap right now while she's stitching. I love that. Mine is chewing on something, and I really, really hope he's not being naughty. And Odin is crashed. He's sleeping. Jenny says he lets me do cross stitch more than the crochet because it's smaller and he has less to steal and run away with. I think that's funny. That's cute. Finally got my floss and pattern today for the Sal. Coffee tea dyed your fabric. Tomorrow you can catch up. Cynthia, you will catch up so quick. It's a pretty quick stitch. It really is. I think maybe most of us can agree once you kind of get past the bunnies, it goes pretty easy. But yay, I'm glad you got your stuff. And jump in anytime. That was a question I got about, can I still join? Absolutely. Jump in wherever you're at. You don't have to start right when we do. Oh, Karen's hoping to finish her carrot stems tonight. That is awesome. Karen's got quite a bit done. what fabric are you using for Rabbit in the Rose? I saw you mention it on Instagram, but did not write it down. I am using 37 count Russian tea cake. It's the same fabric that I stitched this on. In fact, I like that fabric so much I bought it for the Rabbit in the Rose that I got more. So it's 37 count Russian tea cake by Legacy. Mine is from my local store. I think there's a source online. I think I linked it in a video somewhere. But, yep, Russian tea cake. And I also used 1 strand of floss for that 37 count. I'd never stitched on 37 count before. And I picked that because the owner of my LNS, she stitched the Rabbit in the Rose on that fabric, and I thought it was beautiful. Brenda, definitely try. I was so afraid to try a smaller fabric, but I'm finding with good light and a magnifier, I love it. I honestly really love stitching with 1 strand of floss. I think that that's a lot of it. I like stitching with 1 strand. Let's see, how many of these do we have? Okay. Is Lugana like Ada? Kathleen, Lugana is going to be, it's not Ada, because it's going to be like linen where you're stitching over more than 1 strand in the fabric, but it's what's considered more of like an even weave, meaning with linen, this is linen. So you can see, let me find a spot in the linen here. See how some strands are going to be a little knotty and wider and thicker? Linen is going to be more of that imperfect. Lugana, I can grab some. Well, let's find a good one. Not that. I'll show it on this big count. Lugana, this is okay. So here is Lugana, and it's very evenly spaced, but you would still be stitching over 2, if that makes sense. Like what I'm doing for this. But here is Lugana, and then here is the linen. And you can really, with a little bit wider shot, I think you can see. You can really see the difference in the fabric and how this is a little bit more smooth and uniform. That's probably the best way. Oh, that's a cool idea. Virginia said, I often alternate between 1 and 2 strands when I want to add texture to my work. I like that. I had never thought of that before. That's a great idea. How is everybody coming on their stitching? Oh, thank you so much, Pick and Poke Designs. That's so nice of you. You're welcome, Kathleen. Oh, it got a little knot. There we go. I think, yep. We just want to do 1 right. Oh my gosh, I cannot stop doing that tonight. I need to roll my fabric up, I think. Kim says I'm starting the bee in bunnies. Oh, yay. Lisa said I've had more knots than stitches tonight. I don't know why it is that way sometimes, but I totally went too many. I do that too sometimes. 6 letters done, Sandy said. Oh, well, Sandy is rocking it. I'm having issues. A lot of issues. My floss is all twisted. We're going to have to dangle here. I skipped too many strands for this last little leg of the H. Up high. Good grief. All right. Let's try again. Cathy just received her chart from her LNS, so she's working on the bunnies. Oh, that's awesome, and you're welcome. It's my pleasure. I love it. Donna, not a fan of the sulky thread. It's definitely different. I will say, oh, I just banged my head. I think I have got more knots than I ever have. But it was fun to try something new. And I am going to use it for the other chart that these go with. On her last carrot stem, Anne says, Jenny says, I wonder if living in a dry climate can cause floss to knot more. That's interesting. My bunny just got home, so they're calling to me. Aw. You know what, Kennedy? If you are not very far in your stitch, I say do a restart on a fabric that you like. I know someone who wasn't happy with her floss choice, and she wanted to do the sulky, and so she went ahead and she's restarting with the sulky floss. If you're not enjoying whatever it is, if it's the fabric or the floss, I say restart so that you enjoy the stitch. Mrs. Darcy has a great point. Keep the thread shorter and it won't knot as much. And she is absolutely right. Oh, that's so awesome, Jody. She says she started her first linen project last weekend. It's 32 count NPI silk on luminous fiber arts gathering berries. It's been the most enjoyable stitch ever had. Silk is like stitching through butter. I will say I have not stitched with silks yet. And that is something that I would like to do this year. I'm afraid I'm going to love it so much, though, that's what I'm going to want to stitch with. Oh, Amanda says that was the instructions from Sulky, is to stitch with a shorter length. Well, I should have read that instructions, shouldn't I have? Thank you, guys. Brenda likes a sulky and rarely gets knots. I will say when I use a shorter strand, I have much better luck. I, of course, kept a longer strand hoping I wouldn't have to rethread it, but obviously I already did, so that did not exactly work out. Create for Paws says she uses the Lori Holt thread conditioner, which I have and I still have never used. I think that was mentioned another time, maybe the last Sal, to be honest. And I always forget. It's seriously sitting right in my stitch area too. I really need to try that. Question, you said roll your fabric. Do you pin it? I will do it right now and show you what I mean. Because to stitch the rest of this evening, I definitely need to roll it. I highly recommend these little Wonder clips. So here's what I do. So I don't have so much fabric flopping around. It makes it so much easier. You could even roll up the bottom too if you want. Like I would probably do that. So it looks kind of funny. but it really helps so that you're not messing with quite as much fabric. So I just like those little binder clip or wonder clips. Good night, Donna. Yep, Virginia has a good point. She wants me to remind everyone, if you are having trouble with it knotting, stop and, oops, don't look at my top of my hand. Let your floss and your needle dangle and untwist. Again, my hand is totally in the way. Usually it will spin out and untwist, and that will help a ton. Thank you for that suggestion. Steph has a kitted project ready to go using silk for the first time. Oh, that's awesome. The Briar Rabbit by La Di Da. Oh, how fun. Jeannie, I agree. It's going so fast once you're done with those bunnies. I don't know what it was about the bunnies, but they gave me some trouble too. Sounds like I'm not alone. It sounds like they gave a lot of us a little bit of trouble. I will add a link for the clips when we're all finished. Amazon, Fat Quarter Shop, Amazon's probably the best price. They should be linked. Actually, I know they're linked in my Amazon shop, which there is a link to that in the description already, but I will give a direct link. And I keep some of these in like every bag, like a couple in every bag, so that I can just roll up my fabric. So a couple of reminders as we're kind of finishing up our hour together. Next week will be our final Stitch With Me Live. The following week will be a video tutorial that will be pre-taped and edited, but I will do the video as a premiere, meaning that we will chat live while the video premieres. But next week, I had requests to show stitching on a button and also ironing the finished piece. So I should probably be close to finish by next week, so I can just stitch a little bit and then show those things during our live Stitch With Me. If there is anything else that you want to see in next week's video, let me know. Leave me a comment or let me know now. Yes, Tiffany says for larger products, use the magnetic cable ties to hold the rolled fabric out of the way. Absolutely, I do that too. Mrs. Darcy, it has gone so fast. I am already thinking ahead to more sales. It's been so much fun, and I cannot believe it's gone so quick. Yes. Oh, I love that. Amira Quilt and Stitch says, I fell in love with cross stitching again because I learned that we can stitch in hand and just fold fabric like this. I agree. There are so many things that made me, I know this is so silly, but what was life-changing for me was the fact that you don't have to just stitch monogamously on one project. You can have multiple projects going. And that is something that I had never considered before. And I think that's what made me fall out of love, is because I just needed to be able to switch to something else. I have stitched more and finished more since I've come back and stitched multiple things than ever before. Oh, Mrs. Darcy, thank you so much. You are so, so kind. I appreciate it. Thank you. Okay, let me just stop and flip my camera back around. Bunny 5 done, Shimon said, yay! And yay for more sales, Tina said, absolutely. Oh, click the right button. Did you mention the giveaways this week? Oh, I did announce them this morning on that thread, and I can't think of who it is at the moment. I know I already sent one of the codes out to one of the winners because she emailed me. Both of the winners, I commented on their comments in the thread, plus I posted in the thread the winners. There will be a complete roundup post coming after all the giveaways have been given. Carol, sales really aren't, at least that I know of, listed anywhere. Mostly follow your favorite designers. A lot of your favorite designers host sales. I know Primrose Cottage does a lot of good ones. I know they've got a really fun one coming up. Aftermarket, everything. I think they mentioned it in their last video. Mostly following designers and stitchers. Flosstube videos is a great way to find out about them. Fat Quarter Shop does a lot of stitch alongs. They post about them on their blog. That's really the best way. It would be awesome if there was one spot where you could go to kind of pick and choose and see what all's going on. Let's see. Yes, Julie, the days of the stitching snobs are gone. No rules. I love that. Candace said that was the same for me. I got bored when I was mono stitching, so I stopped for a while. Me too. And I love that because then there will be some things that I started here a year ago and I'm like, oh, I really want to work on that. I was so close to being done and I can just stitch it up real fast. Let's see. Yes, and everything doesn't have to be framed now. Michelle, that is such a good point. That was the other big drawback. I thought it had to be framed, and I had some stuff framed, and it was so expensive. And now you could just pick and choose a couple of special pieces to be framed or not. There are so many great designers, or stitchers, I should say, who are fantastic finishers and finish everything themselves, and it's so inspiring. I mean, Java Girl Stitches does such a beautiful job of finishing. If you want inspiration and you're not already following her, please follow her. Of course, Priscilla of Stitching with the Housewives, she finishes stuff and just really has a unique way of doing that. Chantal of 141 Design, I love how her brain works. I love that she creates all those finishing boards. There's other companies that do that as well. But Chantal will be the first one to tell you that there's great finishing pieces at Hobby Lobby. And I love her Shop With Me's because I swear she finds things at Hobby Lobby that I didn't even know existed. And yes, hands-on design. I am so excited to take a class from Cathy. I mean, her finishing is amazing. I really want to learn to lace my pieces. So I've been watching some of her videos and reading some of her tutorials because I want to learn how to lace the back of my own pieces. I just find her work incredible. Incredible. Yes, Vonna Pfeiffer has great tutorials. Diane, no, I did talk about that earlier in the video. The finishing piece, a little bit delayed. I just am asking everyone to have a tiny bit of grace with Chantal. It is market week, and I know she's crazy busy. She, I believe, overnighted it to me today. I talked to her this morning. So as soon as I okay it, which I promise you guys, when it gets here, it'll be the first thing I do. I will drop everything, okay it, so that, or not, let's okay it, so that we can get that in the shop and you guys can start ordering it. Oh, I'm so glad. That's awesome. Thank you, Barb. Brenda, could you post a list of some of your favorite stitchers to search for sales or patterns? I could. I will work on something for that. That's a good suggestion. Tina, I'm so excited. That makes me so happy. Yes. I love it. Danielle asks, what is market? Market is where the shops, so if you have a local shop or online shops, Fat Quarter Shop, if you own a shop or have a shop or whatever, it is where you go and the designers have a showroom and they can shop for patterns and fabric and floss and all of that good stuff, all the new releases to put back into their stores for us to shop for. So it's only for retailers. It is not for the public. And it's a lot like, if you know what Creativation is for card making, it's that. It's where the companies go, they set up a booth, the stores go in, the shops go in, they buy what they want, and then they bring it back to sell to us. Yes, Cheryl, I do think I saw someone say that too. Lori Holt did a lacing tutorial. I'll have to go check it out. Thank you. What patterns are you looking forward to get from market release? Oh, so many. So many. Pretty much everything from Primrose Cottage. I also, something from Little House Needleworks, the little bee patterns from there. The little bee tiny town from Heart and Hand. The Quaker Halloween piece from Luminous Fiber Arts. Is that right? I think so. I have a whole list. I did request them from my LNS just to support them. They're having a party when they get back. So they're picking up what I asked for, and there might be some more things too. Yes, you're welcome, Danielle. So if you follow any of the designers and you have heard them say, I've got so much going on, or you see pictures of them packing up vehicles or packing up boxes to ship to because the market is in Nashville. This is the Nashville market. If you see them shipping stuff there, that is what's going on. And anytime, any industry, I know more of the paper crafting side. I know some of the stitching side just now from stitching a little bit and talking to some of the designers and companies and things. But from the paper crafting side, it's so busy. I've been a part of that on the paper crafting end of it, like getting samples done and all of that. I can't imagine how stressful it is for the actual company. Oh, Candace, the Polar Plunge by HOD. And I love the story behind it. And I love their giving hearts so much. Yeah, I love that. So cute. Oh, yeah. And the book that Cathy is doing, I requested that. Thank you. I knew there was more things. There's so many things. I have a whole email list to my LNS. That's okay. Because we're going to have stash beyond our life expectancy. I ordered that one, the Quaker one, Liza said. Yes. Yes. And Shimon has a good point. She said that she's going to space out buying them. There are a few. I have a list of things that I want to revisit, like things that caught my eye, but let's come back to them a little bit later and see if I still want them, because I do that. Sometimes I'll look at something and I'm like, nah. And then 6 months later, oh, I want to stitch that. So absolutely. And remember, these things are going to be available. You don't have to buy them all right away. Yes to all, please, Renea said. Polar Plunge of HOD is my must-have, supporting Special Olympics close to my heart, Diane said. Yeah, I will say that I love that they do that, and I love the story behind it. If you please watch Cathy's Flosstube, where she and her husband talk about it and talk about the charts are coming out, spaced out a little bit. But the final chart is going to be a PDF only that you purchase through them, and all of the proceeds go to Special Olympics. And I just think I love that they do it. I think it's amazing. And the designs are so cute. They are having Creativation this year. I haven't heard anything about it, Barb said. Yes, my friend asked if I wanted to go with her, but I can't go. It's the first weekend in April, I think. Adelia said the Shannon Christine sampler is the first sampler that she has wanted to stitch, and getting it in PDF soon. I am very tempted. I am not much of a sampler stitcher. I know some of my friends are going to try to get me into stitching it. But I agree. I was tempted. I have not, but I am tempted. It's beautiful. I still need to make last year's market charts, Cathy said. So I don't really know how much I bought. I did just purchase This Is the Day by Plum Street Samplers, seeing like Jessica, the Sweetwater Stitcher, and several other people working on it. So I had my LNS kitted up for me, and I have it. I need to get started. I haven't started, but that's fine. It's beautiful. So I do a lot of seasonal stitching. And not a lot of everyday stitching, I guess I want to say. And so it would be something that I could have framed or I can finish and it can be up all year round, which I really, really love. Cassie said, I'm impatiently waiting for the new Pashta Design spring dies. I thought they were being released today. Now I have to wait till Saturday. I thought so too, but then I found out that they weren't. So you have to wait till Saturday. They're super cute. I'm going to be right there with you ordering. Adelia says, I'm not a sampler stitcher and my first time getting one. That's awesome. Oh, Joyce, thank you. Jeanette says, I'm a seasonal stitcher. I just started This Is the Day. Julie said, awesome. Julie, what fabric are you using? That's the only thing I haven't decided yet. That's why I haven't started, is because I'm undecided on my fabric. Oh, thank you, Penny. That's so nice of you. Yes, Shimon, I am going to be stitching the North Pole too. I cannot wait. I think some of my friends are going to do it as well. It is just too cute. I thought it was beautiful. They did a lovely floss tube where they showed everything. I'm probably going to be stitching. I'd rather be stitching with the bee right away. In fact, I went to my bee kitted up bag where I have the other charts that I have not finished from them. Obviously, I finished Hive Rules in a small. But I was like, I really want to stitch my bees again. I would like to get those. Cheryl, my 12 by 12s, they're still in the bag. I really need to get back to those. You know what? And I will. I don't really worry about it too much because I'll work on them. A lot of them are winter and Christmas themed. And I know as we get closer to the end of the year, I'll want to stitch more of those again. And they're started. I find once things are started, it's super easy to pick them up. And then I'm like I said earlier, oh, I'm so close to being finished, or I only have like a night or two of stitching. I can get that done. Eva, which felt do you purchase through Benzie? The 100% wool felt, Eva. I don't get a ton. Oh, Cassie, I owe you an answer. I'll just answer it now, but I will respond. I just remembered that I saw that. The Benzie felt. I do not use a ton of it for stitching felt. The 100%, yes. I've used some of the other felt for big pieces, but the little ones, I tend to not die cut from that and stitch with it. I like tailored expressions. I like the felt pod. Is that right? Or the felt from Pashta themselves for a lot of that. But I will say that I did mittens for, I kitted them up for a class that I did. And we did all the big pieces out of the Benzie felt, and it was just fine. So I think Shari, my friend Shari, uses quite a bit of the Benzie felt and has had good luck. So I think it's okay. If you can do the 100% wool felt, I find it's a little bit better. But Benzie felt is really, really good. So I would give it a try. Oh, that's so fun, Alicia. 25 count vintage country mocha. Okay, Julie, thank you for answering. I'm thinking a vintage country mocha in some count. I can't decide what count, but that's good to know. Okay. Samantha, I'm using 32 count Belfast linen platinum for This Is the Day. Oh, that's a good choice too. Julie said this will be the biggest stitch I have done so far. Oh, that's awesome. Yeah, it's a pretty big one. It's so pretty though. And have you seen for This Is the Day that some people are leaving the goats off? I thought that was interesting. I'm trying to decide if I want to do that or not. I mean, first I just need to start stitching it. And then I can decide what I'm going to leave off. The felt pod. Thanks, Karen. I thought so. I like the felt pod a lot. Okay, and here is my biggest tip. Binsey or the felt pod. They have Etsy shops. I order directly from their website, from binsey.com or thefeltpod.com. The price is cheaper. If you're ordering through Etsy, they have to account for Etsy fees. Just my little tip for the day if you're going to order some felt. And Cassie, I'm so sorry. I saw that. I feel like I saw it yesterday and I thought I would respond and I didn't. I'm sorry. Liza says she hasn't had any issues with Binsey. I'm thinking I think Shari uses it too, and she says she hasn't had any issues. So I say give it a try. Okay. I think I am going to let you guys go. I talked forever this evening. If you have any questions, if there's anything that you want to see next week as we're finishing up, let me know. I am again going to show sewing on the bunny tail, or at least a couple of them. And then we'll iron the piece. I'll show you kind of how I iron mine to protect the stitches. Okay, thank you everyone. Have a wonderful rest of your week. Stitch on, and we're getting close to the finish line. See you guys next time. Bye. If you enjoyed this video, please subscribe to my channel, click that like button, and don't forget to hit the notification bell to always be notified when I have a new Flosstube stitching or quilting video. Thank you guys so much for joining me today, and we'll see you next time.